What does it take to build something that stands at the intersection of technology and human well-being? Well, Suresh Venkatachari, who's the chairman of QuantumNexis, has some of the answers to that question, and he's making a very ambitious bet, an AI-powered, clinically validated solution that can help millions. And he's my next guest on C-Suite Conversations. Marksmen Daily presents C-Suite Conversations. So, Mr. Venkatachari, the company has been growing exponentially across geographies. When it comes to building all of these pieces out, what is the most difficult conversation that you need to get right with partners, with regulators across these environments?
So many partners really look for a software or a product, but it is beyond that. It's a platform. It's all about security and reliability, how your data is protected, where is it hosted, and also what kind of a scalable infrastructure you can do. Many of the hospitals or the providers does not have the system which can able to integrate very easily with the legacy systems.
Right.
So we bring them interoperability between various systems and bring them. So our mission is to actually build a digital healthcare foundation. It's a platform for the country rather than a specific problem to a customer he really looks at. And when we really build a solution for this, we bring all the partners into that ecosystem and then build a very transparent and reliable model which can able to solve a huge problem. Because we focus on mental health, for instance, and mental health requires a different way to solve the problem rather than a conventional healthcare information.
So it's very interesting that you speak about mental health, because the one unique initiative that jumped out at me is the partnership you all had with TNG Digital in Malaysia, where you all rolled out mental health solutions across a digital wallet. Talk to us a little bit about the thinking behind that. What went into it and what that might mean for the future of Asian healthcare?
Okay, if you really look at it, our strategy is actually today, instead of people need to go to hospital to get treated or kind of a thing, bring the healthcare into the people.
Right.
So we believe the TNG partnership is a great opportunity for us because Malaysia has a 34 million population and about 25 million are TNG customer. So we want to enable an app. Instead of everybody has to go and download an app, it's a part of their lifestyle where they use TNG app. It is integrated.
Right.
And it provides them self-analysis. Okay, what is my mental health strength? Education into that, and then bring in therapy, treatments and everything. And because the TNG partnership, which will help us to reach millions of customers to bring in test their mental health. If you see today, everybody checks their physical wellness, health yearly once, but very seldom people really look at checking their mental health. And today, after COVID, people are started realizing there is a need because people go through anxiety, depression and everything. But how do you know that? Is it affecting your productivity or is it your lifestyle? It could be a family issue, it could be business issue with your employer. So your mood, everything swings. So there is a lot of people understand the problem, but they don't have a way to go and reach. One of the most important problem in the mental health, if you really see, the availability of therapies or a clinician or a counselor against the people. Various statistics in the things says, but predominantly I really look at between 10 to 12 clinicians available for 100,000 people. So people normally, even if you wanted to check, there is normally not available.
Right.
That's where our Zilai app on the QuantumNexis fill up the gap, where app provides your mental screening becomes much easier. Then if you are become like a mild to moderate, then you can able to solve by a lot of self-therapies. But beyond that, you can connect to a clinician. Okay, it could be a counseling, or you need a clinical psychologist, or certain cases you need a psychiatric services. But for a moderate to high risk, people need to go to hospital. But it again enable them to do that. So the TNG is a great partnership for us. So we believe that the healthcare is going to actually to go to you rather than treated. You go to hospitals actually. Availability of the information is very, very critical, and availability of the service is very critical, whereas Zilai provides a 24/7 critical care.
So you've built and you've taken public companies across banking tech, across cloud, across healthcare AI. If I were to ask you about the most common challenge that existed across all of these diverse disciplines in high stakes, highly regulated environments, what would that be?
It's a very good question. If you really see, the biggest challenge in any of the regulated industry, whether it's a banking or a healthcare or any other things, or in the cloud, is all about security. How do you store your privacy information? Whether it's a healthcare, it's called PHI, they call personal health information, whereas in the banking, it's all your financial information, which is your personal. In the cloud, the major problem initially also had is the security, where you store, how you store the data, how it can able to handle cyber security issues and everything. So predominantly, I really look at data privacy and security, and transparency is very critical. And scaling from one industry, I started with the banking. So that's how I built a banking product and everything. I delivered my first banking product in 1999 on an internet delivery. We started in 1996 when actually Netscape went public. Okay, those time everybody used to dial up modems on the internet days. So when you go to internet, then the major thing is all about your data privacy. So it transformed. So when we built, over a years, when I went into cloud, my first thing is banks are already built a lot of huge systems. Okay, they invested in the private data center and everything. But healthcare, on the other contrary, has not moved into the cloud. They lack a security and everything. So I felt we built a lot of security systems, security expertise. Why don't I move into healthcare and then automate that and everything bring digital? So now if you really look at the AI is playing a very, very critical role, but again, it opens up a lot of security breaches, right? So how do you provide a PHI? So that's where we done quite a bit of experience in implementing HIPAA and high trust certified. Our parent company is one of the 120 companies in the world today are high trust certified, which goes through a very, very stringent process. So to me is security is the most important thing in any of the thing. People always have a concern, even a mental health. Will my data will be shared with my corporate employer, if a corporate EAP programs. But there are people who always worry about even they don't want to transform their information into their wife or spouse or everybody, right? So that's where we provide a PHI, personal health information security, which is a very important. So from learning from a banking industry, moving that into healthcare, it really helps me with the regulated industries expertise.
So putting on your thinking hat, Mr. Venkatachari, if I had to ask you to talk about some areas where AI could make the most measured impact, the most measurable outcomes over the course of the next 5 or 10 years, impacting millions, what would that be?
So if you see, it is actually moving from treatment to preventive. So it's all about predictability, preventive healthcare. Even it's going to help largely governments actually. From 20, 30 years back, all the communal diseases, everything, the government has to do a lot of surveys, analysis and everything. But now it's all building a healthcare exchange where you can able to see your people, what could be a next disease coming in, how do you treat and everything. So I feel AI can play a huge role in preventive healthcare. And today, everybody, you have some problem, you go to ChatGPT or a Claude and then you see what is my sickness. And doctor has great challenges actually, how to handle that, right? Because earlier people only do a Google search, but now people go to the AI. But I feel the predictability is going to be a major thing. Second thing, all of the AI-driven robotics, which are going to do more of a precision-based treatment or a surgery, right? Even doctors makes a lot of mistakes, right? Because they are seeing so many patients. So there are second opinion. That's where we go to see another doctor for second opinion and other things. Now AI is going to play that very critical role in terms of second opinions, analysis, and so many biomarkers are there in the people's thing, how AI can generate and do. So AI is actually automating quite a bit, and sometimes it's very scary, really, the way it really advances. It's very important is how you really use the AI in a very positive way, which can drive the economy of scale for people to get treated very well and efficiently. And what we built is actually not only AI is going to solve. You need AI and a physical center also, and there's a wellness. So we are trying to build all together the thing. So my goal is personally to make people happy, and I'm really focusing on mind, body, soul. So that's where I have a mental health, and for the body we are actually building in wellness resorts and wellness treatments and everything.
Right.
And the soul is all your yoga, meditation, everything, our age-old therapies which is helping.
Mr. Venkatachari, thank you so much for chatting with us today. It was lovely having you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
Rolling out digital care solutions at a scale that has never been before witnessed in Asia is something that is extremely ambitious, to say the least. But my guest in today's episode of C-Suite Conversations, Suresh Venkatachari, is doing exactly that, and the hope is that his work will impact and help millions. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next one.